Okay, hi. Open NetDania, then go to settings. Maximum number of days. The chart is 1000. You can edit here. You can add moving averages, which way you want to use. RSI studies. In your default chart patterns, there are n number of studies out here. Patterns you won't require because they don't calculate it properly. And then you have the volume button. After you register, by default you will register on an Indian index, so you will get Nifty out here and stocks in. Mostly all are NSE listed. There are no BSE charts on this application. You keep scanning stocks from A to Z. If you want to search any stock, you can search it out here. So the default layout is already here. I worked on this chart, so whatever last pattern I have noticed, it's here. For mid caps, there is no need to use RSI. And here are the options: candlestick, open, high, low, close charts. Rest, these charts don't matter much. Okay. So here's weekly, hourly. For mid caps, daily, weekly are the best charts. Monthly you don't need to use it. Okay, I will teach you how to draw trend line. You have to delete all studies. Okay, I will go on daily charts you prefer for swing trading. Volume is also very important while looking for a breakout. So you can zoom in and zoom out using your two fingers. This is the maximum number of days available for the chart. Sorry. Okay. Zoom in and zoom out using your two fingers. And the sizing is here. It will be difficult to use in the start, but once you get used to it, you can easily do it by practicing it a lot more. So how to draw a trend line on NetDania? Here are the options. This is the horizontal free line. See, it has formed a base. It is taking support at 85 zones and it is bouncing from there. To draw a freehand trend line, you have to go to more trend line, freehand line, Okay, so you go here, there will be an option for freehand line, take it here, and then with single click you can expand it. So there is a clean breakout here. This is a triangle breakout. You study on the patterns are available on Google, Investopedia, and many other websites. How to trade this pattern? If you look at the weekly chart, okay, how to trade this pattern? This pattern has a range of 85 to 155, so it possibly will give a move of $70 from the breakout point. The breakout point is at line 2 140, okay, and from 140 to $70, and target comes around 210. It can do a lot more also, and maybe it can fail also. So you have to keep on checking it out. And for the pattern, the stop loss would be somewhere near about here. There is a resistance out here. It was a resistance out here, small resistance, and you can again look to buy the stock on dip if you get it. There are plenty of resistances, supports out here, sorry. So if you get it around, say, 125, where does this come? 125 and around 125, okay, 125. The stop loss will be near about here. Around 120. So the risk reward is very good. 1:5. Stop loss is of 10%. Target is around 50%. So this can be a good setup. This is a flat triangle breakout. We'll check some other stocks also. I will delete all this Trendline so that next time we'll check some few other stocks. Just keep scanning them. I'll delete all the data. There is no pattern developing on this stock. It's going down while the market is going up. Still, if you want to keep a track on the stock, you can put an alert out here. Stock will start to reverse when it starts going above 126 out. If you keep tracking it, the looping breakouts don't work that much as the flatter ones. So still, it will give you a fair idea where the trend is going to be on the stock. The stock may have a good risk reward because the volume is building up the lower levels, and it may try to break out. There is no clear pattern right now, but it may break out above 117, 119, and as the days goes by, the breakout will also narrow down. So it has to stay above this down sloping line, which is around 105, 106, and it will also keep going up. The day it starts falling below 105, you have to exit the stock. It's just an example, not a trade to be taken. So you can keep this stock on the watch list. Volume is building up near on the down sloping line. You can see the volume out here. You can zoom it with your two fingers. Pretty good volume on the sloping line. Okay, let's look at another chart. So this was a stock. I found it around lower levels. It was a good trade setup that time. The stock made a double bottom and started moving up. From there, gave a good move. Here it formed a good base after the Jan-Feb fall, around the Jan-Feb fall, and started rising with the markets. So it had a good indication that the stock would outperform going ahead. We will draw another flatter line. So here was a good entry zone, low risk entry zone for the stock. With a stop of one close below 150 and buy around 170. And you have to take the stock as it goes up. That will come when you keep learning, practicing. It's not a one-day game or two-day game. And we had a sloping breakout also out here. There was some event out here, so it gapped up 20%, and after that it never looked back. It has given a continuation pattern. It is still going to go up because it has crossed all-time highs. So we'll turn this chart. It's a channel breakout, kind of a channel breakout. I don't think the stock will go below 240 again now. 240 to 30 zones. It should complete the channel pattern. It has made a good base around 150, 155 to be precise. And yeah, there are n number of patterns formed on the stock before also. Here it had a triangle breakout. Keep learning, you keep practicing, you will be able to learn. Here's the alert system also out here. Now there is no point putting an alert here because it has already completed the target and the price is already moved, so no point putting it here. We'll look at other charts which are going to give a alert. Let's see if we find some. There are different type of patterns. So in this, we call it a falling wedge or a channel breakout pattern. It did a good gave a good move, but it didn't follow up nicely. Still the stock is in the uptrend. It has not broken this trend line. The trend, but the slope is deep, so the stock may move down also in future. You can't say. So that's why we prefer a flatter pattern. This is a wedge. we did cover it here around this levels, 63, 64, if you remember, guys. And the stock did around what is 74, and yeah, it was a good trade, but the trailing stop was deep, so it's okay. You didn't make a lot of money in the stock, but the pattern, if it had worked, it had a range of 20 bucks. So breakout from 20, 65, probably the target was 85. It completed half of its target and the trailing stop got hit. We'll look at other charts, flatter ones, if there's any. You have to just look at flatter stocks if you want to make money, good money. They have a good risk reward. City Union Bank, I had got this stock also at pretty low levels. This was another stock. After the crash, it was doing better than the markets, and here it formed a base, small base, and it started making 52-week highs with the markets rising. So here it was a flatter breakout, and it continued, and it's still going up, and I feel the stock is going to outperform again going ahead. There were n number of small patterns out here also. This was also a flatter breakout, the stock crossing 52-week highs when the markets were rising. So you get some mid caps, you have to scan it manually, or even at many websites on NSE or BSE, you have stocks making 52-week highs, and when the markets are down 10%, 10-15% from highs. So stock has a good strength, and volumes were also interesting, always around lower levels. So it was a good trade. If you guys want to learn how to draw trend lines, it will take time to get used to NetDania. This was my favorite stock. This stock also was making 52-week highs along with the market, and a longer term chart, it had a good breakout. So in this, must be having only 1000 days chart. Okay, if we get it here, there's nothing much out here. We'll again go back to daily. This was also a flatter one. So if you just guys practice this thing, when stocks break this flatter trend line, just concentrate on such stocks. It did break out first, and then again it fell back and reversed. So we got in here again when it reversed. We got in here also first. It was some news based move. It was on upper circuit, and then it fell back around these levels. So here also the stock had good supports, so we added again back here, and it held the supports and bounced very sharply and continued to go up. So it was a flat breakout, and with volume supporting. So this stock may continue going higher if you get it around 550 watt again. Enter the stock it won't come there, but still in future if it comes around that levels, you can just add it again. So you should get a basic idea how to draw trend lines. Keep the horizontal free line, just place it, and it should be clean. It's all, sometimes the candles are spiky. Here we don't have any spiky candles. Still, look at the OHLC's chart. It will give you a clean indication that the stock was a breakout. It's a range breakout, flat. Bottom is flat, and sometimes this is a flat breakout. Okay, yes, this is my first video, so we'll review again. And I am not that good speaking. I will try to explain whatever I can going ahead. So when you just check charts of the stocks, just check this flat breakouts wherever you find it, and with volume supporting it, you have a good chance to make a good trade, a 25 to 40% trade on such stocks. So just look for range breakouts. As of now, there are n number of patterns. Slowly, if you go through Google and then many other books, Norish's book is also there. You can check it out there also. Okay, so let's stop it here today. Whenever possible, I'll try to post another video. Okay, bye.